chap, Kelly here.
He's away today. You have to work or something.
Okay. Strong start. Okay, strong start. Okay. So that now is Sam Barnett, please. So questions we have for Gen Sec candidates. Gen Sec candidates, listen. So, what experience do you have which makes you suitable for the position? How would you make students at LSE feel more part of the community? And should the SU pursue political goals or focus more on what students at LSE want?
Which ones of those? You'll give me the question, I'll give the answer.
Just answer them all in one go. Yeah.
Okay, well this is a stump speech then, so I'll give a stump speech. The reason I should be your General Secretary, the experience I have, is that I am what everybody in this room is. I'm a student of this union. I've been a student of this union for 3 years, and I've involved myself as best as I possibly can in as many things as possible. I've been in this UGM where I've fought 2 or 3 major campaigns on things like free speech, on things like community voting. I've been involved in setting up and leading a society. I've done stuff for RAG around Tough Guy. I've done stuff with the Pulse Radio, with the Beaver, and I think absolutely that every student should be as involved with this union as humanly possible, and I'm glad that I have been, because this union is absolutely the heart of what it means to be a student. You're a student of this union, you're a student at the LSE, and this place should be your home. And when somebody says, what does this union do for me? What has your union done for me? You should be able to say, when I was at LSE, LSE Students' Union fought for me. LSE Students' Union took up my problems. LSE Students' Union got me drunk. LSE Students' Union got me late. LSE Students' Union made me friends. LSE Students' Union was my home. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. And until the General Secretary can say that every single person who leaves this union has said that, the General Secretary hasn't done the General Secretary's job. So that is what I pledge to do for you if you elect me General Secretary of your union. And in terms of community, we need to build something, because we've got something here that is quite special already, but too many students don't know about it. We need to make sure that students can be involved in this union as proactively as possible. We need things like an international students officer who is paid so they can get international students involved as a full-time job or a part-time job. We need things like an entertainment committee, which is going to bring students into the world of entertainment and activities by letting them put their ideas or activities to them and then helping them to implement them. We need things like more international foreign exchanges, because we're the most international university in the world, or so we're told, but the LSE students can't go anywhere. Craig Calhoun goes to Mexico, Colombia, China. We don't get to go anywhere. This is meant to be... Thank you very much, Joe. That's my policies. That's who I am. That's what I want to do. So if you think that I'm the man for your union, please vote for me. Thank you. I'm Sam Barnett. I'm ready for Joe.
My name is Nona Buckley-Irvine and I'm running to be your General Secretary. I've been a student here for 3 years, I've been in the media group, I've been a social member of the AU, and I've been in RAG. I've fought for issues on education. I've been your academic board representative, and this year I've opposed the class size increase. I've campaigned for a reading week, I've got it on the agenda, and now we are having a consultation on it. I fought for better feedback, and my record on education shows that I am committed to you. I've also been president of RAG. This year we had a unified Freshers Week calendar of nighttime events, all due to RAG. There are over 1,000 students there, and that's something that I want to continue. I've worked with societies, I've worked with clubs, I've been on the activities committee and heard about all the struggles that societies and clubs have with their budgets. I've got the experience and I've got the knowledge, and most of all, my record has shown that I have got the passion to work for you. I am 100% committed to making this Students' Union about students, and that's what I'm planning on doing. Should the SU pursue political goals? At the moment, we should have a balance, and there isn't that balance. Political goals should be for students, but students have to come first. There are so many frustrations about being here. The cost, the cold atmosphere, and the lack of facilities. We need things like common rooms, spaces for us to sit. We should be able to eat our food in the learning cafe without having to pay for things. But politically, there are important things too. The immigration bill is going to affect so many students here. And we still need a visa program for international students that lets them get opportunities after they've graduated, so a year to find a job. We should have a community here. There are so many pockets at LSE. We have religious communities, we have the AU community, and what I think we need to do is build a community where we work with each other, have inter-university events, and make sure that we're truly inclusive.
Thank
It's
you.
a very meaningful step.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here with you today. You know, every year candidates stand in front of you and they promise change. They talk about the grand change they'll bring about when they're in office. The difference between me and the other candidates is that I don't just talk about change. I've actually delivered it. Whether you've agreed with all my policies or not in the last 3 years, I've been working hard in a students' union, in a court of governors, to fight day in and day out for you guys. I would probably, in specific, the type of General Secretary I would want to be, the kind of students' union I want to see. A union that is less political and instead focuses on issues that students care about. Focuses on delivering a more efficient union. Listen, students don't want a union that spends time banning songs and newspapers, and that is what the union has been doing. The Sun has been banned, the Blurred Lines has been banned, and you know, there was a no platform motion just a few months ago here. A motion which would have introduced censorship to LSE. A motion which my friend Jack Kelly supported. A motion which I'm glad to have worked with my friends from left and right, from Liberal Democrats to Conservative Society, to defeat by 300 votes. That's one of the things I've worked on. I've also worked with Hannah Richmond, our A&D officer, to deliver society funding, to make sure that societies at LSE are treated the same as the AU. Listen, you talk about community. In a university which lacks a campus, societies are the backbone of LSE community. And that is why it is essential, not just from a funding point of view, but from a structural point of view, from a point of view of increasing representation for societies, having a council of society presidents which meets with the SU every year, every term, which meets with the General Secretary. Better communication between societies and SU is something that I will deliver. And on education reform, next month I'll be in a court of governors in front of Great Calhoun introducing an education reform motion. A motion which will deal with LSE 100, which would introduce Reading Week and look into foreign exchange programs. Thank you, everyone.
One sec. Do we have Lonoy here? No. Do we have Abby here? No. Okay, Musty.
So I'm going to tell you what I think LSE is about. LSE is about the 160 plus nationalities we have. It's 20 different religions and 9,000 different perspectives. And I think it's time that they all got a voice in the Students' Union. In terms of experience, I've had 3 that I'm going to speak about. I've been your undergraduate representative, and I formed the undergraduate opinion poll, which was the largest collection of student data there's been at LSE. I also campaigned to make food healthier and more nutritional at Bankside and other halls. In terms of the president of the Economic Society, that showed that I could deliver. I promised 3 things when I was elected. The largest membership we've ever had, more events than we've ever had, and more outreach to students from less economically privileged backgrounds so they also can get a chance to come to the LSE. All 3 were achieved. But as a trustee, I've been frustrated. It's a token position. Not much can be done, and that's why I'm campaigning to be your Gen Sec to bring about the changes that I want to see. 3 of those changes. Cost. I'm tired of paying more for a cup of coffee on campus than I would in Starbucks. And I'm also donating a portion of my salary towards a bursary scheme, because we need to ensure that people who haven't been lucky as lucky as us get the education that we've been lucky enough to receive. Secondly, housing. Enough broken promises about housing. I've been in talks with 2 of the leading estate agencies in London to ensure that LSE students can get first and second privilege in bookings and viewings next year, so there no longer is a student accommodation or cheaper accommodation problem at the LSE. And in terms of education, our academic board has failed us. We remain at world-class and leading education purely because of the efforts of our students, and we need to make sure there are more full-time teachers, smaller class sizes, and no compromise. On the issue of community, I think there are lots of things to be said. I'm a fan of a lot of things the SU does. I'm a fan of a lot of the SU does, but we need to give a voice to the voiceless, and that's why I'm running to be your Gen Sec. Thank you.